Ladies and gentlemen, members and friends, Matt Bailey here from the Scotch Malt Whisky Society, opening a fresh bottle of 3.361. It's Fruit Gin, but not as we know it. One of 228 bottles yielded from a single cask from Distillery 3 on Islay. This is a 13-year-old lightly peated. It's at an additional maturation in a first fill ex-Oloroso hogshead, 52.5% ABV. I'm going to pour this, but tell you a bit of a story whilst this is opening up in the glass. This might take a moment to really just find its feet. I have tried this whiskey already. I know this one, and I'm so excited by this for a number of reasons. Okay, when the society started in 1983, Distillery 1 came along. Great. Distillery 2 came along, which is also coming in March, outturn on the 6th of March. Then Distillery 3 came along. Now, when Distillery 3 came along, it was the first Islay distillery we worked with. It is now 10 or maybe even almost 11 operating Islay distilleries. Back then, I think there would have been maybe 8 or 8. Yeah, I think it would have been 8 back then in 83. Maybe 7 or 8. Anyway, the whiskey historians can probably pull me up on that one. When Pip Hills, the founder of the society, visited Islay and went to Distillery number 3, he asked to taste the whiskey as a single malt, straight from the cask. And they were confused at the distillery, and they poured him a glass of Black Bottle. Now, I'll show a photo of what Black Bottle looks like on screen here. You may not have seen it before. It sporadically appears on market. It's a cheap sort of bottom shelf blend these days. Probably was mostly then as well in 83. But that was the culmination of what this distillery went into to create as a blend. When Pip went to this distillery, I keep nearly saying the name, when he went to Distillery 3, he asked to taste it, just the single malt on its own. And they said to him, why would you want to do that? And he said, I want to buy some casks from you and try them before I buy them. And they said, oh, sure, no one's ever done that before. Because most people just want to buy our blend or our malts for blending. And he said that it was like walking into a biscuit factory and asking just to taste the sugar. Which, if you did that today, if you walked into, say, a biscuit factory, if you walked into an Arnott's factory and said, I don't want to try Arnott's biscuits, I just want to try the sugar that makes the Arnott's, that's how they reacted to him. He said it was akin to that. I'm so glad that we got 3 in so early and that we still get a really steady supply of 3s because, A, it's probably my first or second favourite Islay distillery. Secondly, it's great to see such a diverse range of age statements. So we've had a lot of old 3s through in recent years, but to get a younger one like this, it's so vibrant and gorgeous spirit character out of Islay, and shows that really nicely with just a hint of sweetness from the Oloroso cask in this case. And the third reason I love seeing things like this is because I'm so glad that Pip was so early with this distillery and that we get such good supply. And because, let's be honest, it's a far cry better than what you find usually core range bottled from this distillery. I can say that because I'm not even saying the distillery name. Straight off the nose, there's this lovely sort of you can tell there's an Oloroso sweetness to it, but it's not hiding any of that lovely style of spirit that Distillery 3 make. It's got this Parma violet, soft heathery smoke, sweet sort of like seared pineapple chunks on the beach. A tiny bit of tarry rope, like a sort of old shipyard, a little bit of old shipyard going on. Like shaved metal shavings and old shipyards and an oil drum, a discarded oil drum. So there's a little bit of industrial funk in there, but at the same time there's just gorgeous sort of pineapple and papaya being grilled beachside. Imagine like pineapple chunks on a skewer on a hibachi grill at the beach. That's what this is. That's a name you could call this. You could call this charred pineapple chunks on the beach with a hibachi grill. But that's a bit of a long name, and there's only so many characters you can fit on these. It's soft, it's herbaceous. Let's have a taste. That's dangerously easy drinking. So much texture. And dragon fruit, papaya, pineapple. It's just lovely. There's a nice woodiness to it as well, which you normally only get out of whiskies, that sort of almost that oakiness to it that you'd expect out of something a lot older. That's too good. 20th of March, that one comes on to outturn. We're very excited by this. And I think one of the reasons is because I love the old Bamors that we get through. And I probably just said the name, doesn't matter, we can still keep going. Or you can bleep that out. Or you can bleep this out. But I love the old expressions we get from this distillery. And they carry a different sort of cachet. They have a different style of whiskey. But let's be real, they are expensive. And they're not exactly daily drinkers. Especially when you see some of the ones we've put out in recent years that are like 21, 24, even 28 years of age. Fantastic whiskies. And they carry this sort of old school gravitas to the spirit. But when you get these younger ones that just have this lovely sort of like I say, Parma violet and grilled fruits on the beach, there's just this sand, there's also like, and I say this in a good way, a hot sand. By the way, I just got slightly distracted because I saw just the almost the legs on the inside of the shoulder of the bottle, the oils in this whiskey just evaporate downwards, almost like because the lid's now sealed up again, and it took a moment for it to all gloop down. This is an oily textural whiskey that is just a delight to enjoy. So if you like your lightly peated whiskies, if you like that style of old school fruit and tropical nature in a Distillery 3, one to keep an eye on for March outturn, the 20th. Also in March outturn, worth noting, our golden ticket promotion. You might get a golden ticket in your order. We have over $10,000 worth of goodies to give away. There's vouchers, there's bottlings, there's events, there's everything going on in there. Just keep an eye on, read on all the details in March outturn. Get yourself a golden ticket. You might be lucky. Here's to you, here's to your good health, here's to great whiskey and good friends and good times. As always, I'm Matt Bailey, great to chat with you, and we'll see you soon for other March outturn goodies, no doubt, in time to come. Cheers.